Hello everybody, Christian from Treasure Town here, and today we're going to be speaking about the 1999 D penny, and the ones that are going to be worth more than 1 cent because of what's known as a variety, where if you look really closely on the coin, you can find something good. Now, they're not going to be on all of the coins, they're rare, and that's why collectors pay more for them. There's also going to be conditional rarities and errors, which we'll also cover, so you'll really be getting the full picture on these pennies, and let's head on over to the presentation to do just that. And we'll get into the lesser covered 1999 D Lincoln Memorial cent. A lot of attention between the Mule, Wide AM, and other varieties on the 1999. But when it's got the Denver Mint mark, there's still some interesting things. You can pause this if you'd like to get a better feel for the overall cent, which went from 1959 to 2008. But in terms of this one, I always like to start with the conditional rarity. You're going to need to hit Mint State 69, which is virtually a perfect coin with the red designation at PCGS for it really to be worth submitting. If you get it back Mint State 68, maybe you'll be able to make 10 or 15 bucks after the fees and shipping, but for the time, it's probably not going to be worth it. And the Mint State 68 plus grade is very rarely given out. There's over 6 billion made and no shortage of really nice ones for collectors, so that's sort of the struggle with that one. One thing that you should be looking for is the double die reverse. So this is a nice extra thickness one where there is some spread. You can see the top of the N and the T a little bit on the bottom, as well as significant thickness in the bottom serif of the R, as well as protruding a little bit on that side of the A. This one ranges between $7 and $30. You could certify it, and that's for uncertified coins, with ANAX because it's Wexler, but it's not really something that I think needs certification unless you really want the attribution. It's a nice coin. There's also some double die reverses. There's a fair amount of different ones that are pretty minor, where there's like a little bit of an extra column protruding on one side. This one, the column runs for a long time, so that's why I thought it was worthy of inclusion. That little extra dot there, I think that's just like a die chip or something like that. Right here, this is going to be the real double die, the way to tell, where the column just cuts into the Lincoln statue a lot more. There's also going to be this one where there's like a tilted that looks like a extended, elongated sort of mutant arm of Lincoln on the back. Again, minimal value, but something that's interesting to search for, so I think why not? It's also recognized by Kaneka and a nice coin to be on the lookout for. In terms of some of the errors, this one stands out. I mean, it's broad struck, a dime on a cent planchet, meaning that the dime was struck, the dies, obviously they're striking a bunch of dimes, somehow a cent planchet makes their way through, and it's not able to be retained by the collars that would normally prevent the coin from expanding and the planchet from expanding, so you get that huge expansion all around the edges, and this one sells for $7,500. It's a really significant error and a great centerpiece for somebody who's collecting broad strikes or any type of error, really. Right here we see one that's been struck 5 times. It's unusual again because you can see the date, which is often, that's liked by the error collectors to know when it was from. But then if you count on the back, it looks like there's 2 strikes, the D and the D right there, and then a second group in the intermediate strike, and then a final one down there. You can see the zinc shining through on that planchet. $265, 2010 it sold for, so maybe it'd be a little more expensive these days. The error market has been strong. And then lastly, we have an overstruck coin, so dime planchet got fully struck, then gets struck by a penny planchet, so sort of the opposite of what we were talking about earlier, except this one had already received a full striking. And then that's sort of the conclusion to this video. I mean, we've got the cool, neat little varieties, nothing wild. This one's maybe one of the better ones, and then a little bit of conditional rarity as well. Thanks for sticking with me, and hope that this gives you a really good sense of where to start on your 1999 D Lincoln cents. Thanks for watching the video. I'd encourage you to like the video, comment, and make sure to subscribe to my channel. And I also have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and some other social media platforms. You can also go to my main channel website, treasuretownYT.com, to learn more about the channel and sort of stay in contact. I also will eventually host all of these videos on coinsmetalscards.com, which will be both news, marketplace, and coin information. I do have the goal of eventually getting pretty much every US coin, date, mint mark, denomination on the channel with a similar video to the one that you just watched, and that will likely all be hosted there. And then I also have treasuretowncoins.com, which is sort of my coin dealing wing, coin dealing only entity that is a little bit less focused on content production. So thank you so much, and I'll look forward to seeing you on some of my other videos. I also have videos that are not just the date mint mark denomination recap in this format, so you can check some of those out, and I'll have fun seeing you there.